Hello friends, we as a nation crossed another grim milestone this past Monday when the total number of COVID deaths crossed 3 lakhs. We crossed the first 1 lakh deaths in 7 months. The next 1 lakh deaths were crossed in late April this year. And if official numbers are to be believed, the last 1 lakh deaths were crossed in just 27 days. Experts believe that the real number of deaths might be 2 to 4 times higher. Some say even more. One of the main reasons is the discrepancy between the official number of deaths being reported and the enormous volumes of cremations and burials taking place all over the nation. Reports from rural as well as urban cremation grounds point to this fact. From government data, we know that before COVID in 2019, between 27,000 and 28,000 Indians were dying daily. If we are to average this number out between the 718 districts of India, this number comes up to under 40 deaths per district per day. The official deaths averaging around 4,500 these days. If we average this number out, it comes up to under 7 extra deaths per district every single day. But looking at the media reports of the packed cremation grounds and graveyards, not to forget the bodies floating in the rivers, it is quite hard to believe this number. The current number of reported dead can in no way overwhelm our system so completely, which leads many to believe that deaths are being underreported on a massive scale. A report by a Gujarati newspaper showed that in the dates of March 1st and May 10th, 1,23,000 new death certificates were issued this year compared to only 58,000 issued last year. This means that in the state of Gujarat alone, 65,000 more deaths took place in the 70-day period compared to last year. This is from one state in India. Imagine the murderous situation we are in if the truth is being hidden in the other 28 states and 7 union territories. The government has to answer. Are those dying due to oxygen shortages being counted as COVID deaths? What about those patients who die because of heart attacks or other diseases and complications? What about the deaths taking place at home or of people who have not even yet been tested? How about the deaths taking place of patients on the way to hospitals or outside hospitals? Are the bodies in the Ganga and Yamuna being counted? What about the thousands buried along the riverbanks? Are those bodies being counted? These questions and doubts about our official numbers affects how we tackle the pandemic as well. Truth is imperative while we deal with a global crisis, especially in relation with foreign nations, when we are being forced to accept aid because our government failed to plan ahead. Consequences of false data is beyond the immediate threat. Without open science and data, entire communities and populations of the country can be left out of the planning to mitigate the threat. Health bodies and ministries require data to support rational decision making when it comes to prioritizing which drugs to buy and where to send them. If true data is not available, then at best you could be just wasting money, but at worst it could be impacting on health outcomes in an already grave situation where human lives have absolutely no value in New India. That's all for today, friends. Goodbye.